Hello, let's see another example of the bolted connections. We have already discussed three examples in the previous videos. Now, the next example on the bolted connection is this. 12 mm thick plates are connected using double bolted lap joint using 16 mm diameter bolt of 4.6 grade at a pitch of 80 mm. Calculate strength and efficiency of joint. Okay. In the previous three examples, we have calculated the strength of bolt and the number of bolts required, bolt value, all these things. Now, along with the strength, we have to calculate efficiency of that joint. Okay, let's see the steps involved in such type of problems. First of all, the diameter of bolt is given 16 mm. Make it or calculate the diameter of hole. Okay, D0, just by adding 2 in the diameter of bolt. 16 plus 2, 18 mm. That gives you D0, diameter of hole. Then, as usual, we have to follow these steps. Okay, first is shear strength of bolt, then bearing strength. This is a well-known formula now, everyone. VDSB is equal to FUB upon root 3 into NN into ANB plus NS into ASB. ओके, जो की आपण पाहिलेला आहे. त्याला रिड्यूस केलं, डायरेक्ट सिंगल लाईनमध्ये लॅप जॉईंट द्यायचा, त्याच्यामुळे तो फॉर्म्युलाच रिड्यूस केला, तशी त्याची व्हॅल्यू 0 आली असते. ठीक आहे, जी प्लस टर्मवाली होती, तो फॉर्म्युला तोच आहे आणि ती व्हॅल्यू तो जे आहे त्या टर्म्स NS आणि ASB तर त्या रिड्यूस इथे डायरेक्ट कन्सिडर केलेले नाही अपॉन गॅमा MB. ठीक आहे, पुट दी व्हॅल्यूज FUB 400 upon root 3 into NN 1 as we are connecting that plate with a single line or a single row bolts. Then A and B, here again A and B calculation is given. Usually we find out AG first, gross area of bolt. AG is equal to pi by 4 d square, and from that we take net area of bolt, that is A and B is equal to 0.78 times of AG. ओके, तर ह्या प्रकारचे कॅल्क्युलेशन आलेलं राहतं, ते स्टेप ॲड केले तरी चालले ते अपॉन 1.25, that is gamma MB. Okay, then from these calculations we will get VDSB is equal to 28.97 into 10 to the power 3 Newton, and that is nothing but 28.97 kilonewton. Okay, this is VDSB. Then second step is bearing strength of bolt. Again, assume these assumptions are from E is equal to 3D. Okay, E is equal to 2.5D and P is equal to 3D. Okay, तर असे किंवा I think P given. Okay, P is given. You have to assume or calculate E is equal to 2.5D, that is 40 mm. 2.5 into D 16. Okay, it makes 40 mm and P is given. Okay, E जो आहे तो कंडिशननुसार कॅल्क्युलेट करायचा. E इज इक्वल टू 2.5D अँड P जरी नसता दिला तरी तो कॅल्क्युलेट केला असता. इथे गिवन आहे. VDPB, directly we have this formula for the calculation of VDPB. 2.5 into KB into D TP into FU upon gamma MB. Okay, now first thing we have to do is calculate the value of KB. Okay, now for the calculation of KB value we have 4 conditions. E upon 3D naught, just put the values E and D naught here and you will get one value. Then P upon 3D naught minus 0.25, just put value of P D naught and you will get the value something 1.23, and then FUB upon FU 400 by 410, that will give you 0.98, and fourth condition is 1. Okay, you have to just overlook all these 4 values and take a least value or smaller value of the KB for our further calculation. Okay, hence KB is 0.74 in this case, and therefore VDPB is equal to, now we have all the known things in the VDPB formula. Just put all the values in the VDPB formula now. 2.5 into 0.74 into 16D है ना, 16 D की वैल्यू into T, thickness of plate 12 TP, actually there is thickness of plate 12 mm, take as it is. Then FU 410 and gamma MB 1.25. Okay, very simple. All these values are already known, and by calculating this we will get 116.5 into 10 to the power 3, and this is in the Newton. Okay, the unit of this is Newton. Just write it in the kilonewton. VDPB is equal to 116.5 kilonewton. Now just compare VDSB and VDPB. VDSB was 28.97 and VDPB is 116.5. Okay, now the obviously bolt value is, therefore strength of bolt is the minimum of shear strength and bearing strength. Okay, and that is 28.97 kilonewton. Shear strength of bolt or strength of bolt is 28.97 kilonewton. Just compare two values VDSB, VDPB, and we have to take least value or minimum value of these two, and that will be the strength of bolt. Now, as the number of bolts covered in one pitch length R2, the strength of bolted joint per pitch or per pitch length is equal to 2 into strength of bolt. Okay, there are 2 pitch given, 2 into strength of bolt 50, and that will give you 57.94 kilonewton. Now just remember this additional formula. Now efficiency of joint, efficiency is nothing but a minimum actual strength of joint upon gross strength of solid plate. Okay, add this formula in your list of formulas. Therefore, gross strength of solid plate is equal to zero point 0.9 into Fu into cross sectional area of plate upon gamma MB. Now, zero point 0.9 into Fu410 into cross sectional area of plate. Plate is now just a square plate which is having thickness of 12 mm and 80 mm size. Okay, 80 into 12 is the cross sectional area of that plate upon gamma MB. Okay, and that will give you 283.39 into 10 to the power 3 Newton. Therefore, efficiency is 57.97 upon 283.39 into 100. Okay, and that will give you 20.44%. Okay, efficiency is always in the percentage. Okay, just remember this type of problem again. This one example, you will get a lot more examples in the assignment. Okay, this only efficiency part or efficiency of joint is the additional part for this problem, and in previous three examples there were only uh, strength calculation and number of bolts, bolt value, these all things we were done. Okay, now this is we can see another type or these type of problems again asked in the exam many times, and you have to follow these steps, simple steps, and you have to uh, practice these type of examples. Okay, I will provide some extra examples for the practice in the assignment. Okay, follow the same procedure again, and you will get all the answers of such type of questions. Okay, so these are the four examples on the bolted connections that we have discussed up to now. In the next lecture we will start uh, welded connections. Before that, I will again give you one additional assignment on the bolted connection. One assignment is already given, in which some theory and some numerical questions added, and now in upcoming assignment I will add some more numerical problems on bolted connections, especially on these uh, on the efficiency calculation. That means problems like this example. Okay, so this is all for this lecture. Thank you.